But they never did that, see. They just said, yes, we did it and we tracked it to this man's home in Stewart, but my car wasn't registered there. You drive up to my home and I copy your license number down. And then I go to the police and I say, I copied this man's tag number down. Here's the tag number. And they run the tag through their computer. It's going to go to a certain address, right? Well, the address that it should have gone was my Fort Lauderdale address because that's where my car was registered. It was not registered in Martin County, which is 100 miles away from Fort Lauderdale. Yet, the testimony of this woman is that she copied down my license number, gave it to the police ran the tag, and they gave her the Martin County address. It just is not true, see? And I could prove it wasn't true because I had it in my pocket, and I gave it to Schwartz. I said, here's the document. She's not telling the truth. Find out who told her to tell this story. Somebody had to tell her. Say this, lady. When they searched the home, they took my literary work, and they said, oh yes, this man writes lurid fiction, therefore he's a killer. But it had nothing whatsoever to do with those people who were killed. Nothing that belonged to the women who I am convicted of killing was found at any search. That is the myth, okay? Yes, we went to Schaefer's home. Yes, we conducted a search. Yes, we found this evidence that links him to this one and that one and the one he's convicted for. But when you get down to the facts, that's a lie. There is nothing there. I am not linked to those people in any way except by the testimony of that woman that says, I copied down the license number, we checked it, and it went right to his home in Stewart. That's the link. That's why it's so important. And when I gave the document to Schwartz and they changed it by trial time, it was showing that my car was registered to Stewart, where it never had been registered before. See, that's the connection. There's a lot of myth that goes on where they will tell you, like, yes, he's been in court 17 times. Yes, I filed 17 times, and they just throw it out, see. And that leads you to believe that I've had judicial review under proper conditions where an inquiry has been made, but that has never been done until this time. That's why I was allowed into federal court. The judge looked at it, he says, nobody has ever examined this stuff. What are you telling me? He's filed 17 times? Sure, yeah, sure he has. How come nobody ever looked at it? He keeps saying the same thing over and over. They framed me. That's what I'm saying. And it was through the miscegenations of my trial attorney who asked my wife to marry him right after I was convicted. Are you going to believe that there was nothing going on? That I was convicted and the same day I was convicted, hey, let's get married, Mrs. Schaefer. There was no romance? Come on, man, give me a break, right? And then didn't tell me, oh, and she agreed to marry him. The trial attorney asked the wife of the defendant to marry him within 24 hours of the conviction, and she agrees to it, and there's no romance prior to the trial? That's not even rational. Nobody does that. And then didn't even tell me about it for how long was it? Almost, I guess, 8 weeks. Never told me, I asked your wife to marry me, and she agreed to marry me, and the relationship here has changed. I wasn't told for 2 months that this even was going on after I was convicted, much less before I was convicted. The only person who told me about it before I was convicted was the girlfriend of the trial judge. She told me that they were having an affair.